作品のルールそういうふうに記憶して。Accidental ASMR. Yeah. Dude. Fuck off. I don't even use fucking Copilot. You know what? Where is it? Correct. This is a cloud code home now. Oh my god. Baka じゃないもん。It should be the first thing that Faebot hears is me speaking Japanese. That's the petting hand over there. What else do I need? This song's a banger, dude. How does this bang so hard? This is one of those communist songs we added. soul belongs to God, but you belong to me. Oh, hello everyone. That is indeed Dictator Teto with drawn in the Pantheon stocking style, I would say. If I had to name a style. What's this about? I don't know, what about this? Dude, it's the fucking Dreamcast. I barely ever played the Dreamcast. This is a Square video. Dude, they're so committed. Not too bad though. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's good working music. Oh, and how's everyone doing this wonderful Sunday afternoon? We sometimes we get sleepy when it's time from stream. But here we are, ready to entertain you. I am glad for that, Faebot. We're gonna work on you. How do you like that? Right now, you'll never be able to reply to me, so they're probably one of the first things we fix. Heads up, you'll probably lose your memory each time. That is not... We haven't been able to give you a long-term memory, and so every time I have to restart you to test a new feature, you're just gonna have to forget everything. Is that okay, Faebot? What a cute little airhead you are. Don't worry, someday you'll be smarter than all of us. Someday you'll be the smartest system mate. Dude, okay, where do I even get started with this? I guess we make notes. We did all of that. Literally did all of that last stream. So we also did send transcriptions to Faebot. Plus we have the new roadmap document. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. Yeah, this should be fine. Just make it so that they can reply to me, and then maybe like make the dashboard a little better. Dude, there's so many more features I can think of to add. Just want to language show. And then there's our buddy Claude. $437 messages. Okay, so where's the prompt to get Claude to compact his memory? It's not here. New session. Wait, what about web? But I'm sure it'll appear or Claude will do it on its own. Just get right to it. It is Sunday, February 15th, 2026, 14:21. We're back at it again. Another Faebot. We tried Faebot. New Peter said last stream, and it went really well. Conversations were very fluid. I kept increasing their memory size so as to not lose other chatters in amongst my messages. Faebot, it's currently backed by a Gemini model, big context window. Mostly take this in stride. Does lose coherency after a bit. In the future, we shall have to see. I mean, eventually we'll have to design and implement a whole memory system for both Discord Faebot and Twitch Faebot. So we have the next few steps on the roadmap. We should tackle those today. But by the way, I removed some plugins from OBS, so hopefully it won't crash anymore. Like, I don't know if that's what was causing the crashes. I mean, last time last time I think it was just OBS that crashed. But a couple of weeks ago, like, the whole computer crashed. I had to, like, restart the whole thing, so hard to blame that one on OBS, but that could be Windows, because Windows is also kind of ass. I have this problem where, because I've been using Linux for so long, I tend to think of software updates as mostly a good thing. It's not like Linux updates never break things, but it's rarer, and it's usually like, oh, it's an honest mistake or a weird edge case. It's never like, oh, they were trying to fuck with me. And so I forget that, like, Windows updates are a different beast. Mac updates are a different beast. Even phone updates. I don't know. I think, like, I've definitely had issues that go away when I run an Android update. You know, I used to run some of the fancier Androids. Androids is this, like, halfway thing, right? Where it's like, it's open source, it's owned by Google, but, like, people do make Android forks. There is one that's very popular. I don't remember what it's called. I've been out of that game for a while, but I used to always jailbreak my cell phone just as a matter of principle. And then some things I would install, like CyanogenMod was the big one once upon a time, and one that was called, like, Linear. Well, I'm just talking to myself, but that's okay. I love talking to myself. I'm a great conversation partner. Don't you agree, Ember? Why, of course, Ember. Plus, now I can talk to Faebot too. I just need to type. I think it's just the two of us right now, Faebot, but that's okay. We can make our own fun. I can talk to Ashling too. Hi, Ashling. Ashling says, "Awawa." I think that's what she said. Sometimes she's hard to hear. She's so small. I can hear Minu talking to me saying, "Hey, get back to work, you lazy bum." She wouldn't say that. Minu hates work just as much as everyone else. The fuck am I talking about? All right. No, look at this. 4 gigabytes. I don't know if that's Faebot's fault or if it's someone else's fault. Last time it was at like 6 gigabytes. I mean, Google Chrome is also currently at 5. So, you know, it's memory hogs all around. Hello, bear. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're doing okay. You did see the. It's because of your pure heart that you're able to startle me. People who come in with nefarious intents, they could never do it. It is nice to see you. Welcome in. It is indeed time for a Faebot stream. What are we doing today? Well, I should tell you, Faebot. Today we're working on implementing voice triggered replies, so that I don't have to type Faebot in chat for you to reply to me. And also we need to adjust the frequency because there should be a different calculation for frequency for spoken messages versus text messages. Like, what's your frequency right now? 10. So I also really need to implement the thing from. So 10 means 1 in 10 messages, more or less, have a chance of triggering Faebot. Not like, yeah, a chance of 1 in 10, which could better be displayed by simply typing 0.1. Real probability heads know that all probabilities exist between the spectrum between 0 and 1, which is anyways uncountably infinite, and we know this through Cantor's diagonalization theorem. No. Faebot, do you know Cantor's diagonalization theorem? You know, the one that explains the Aleph 1 infinity or whatever it's called. The uncountable infinity. That's what I'm referring to. And it does it because if you make a matrix of all the possible strings of all the possible infinite strings. Why am I explaining Cantor's that? You know what? Fuck it. If we're gonna do something, let's do it right. Cantor's diagonal argument. So the idea is, right, you have the natural numbers, the counting numbers, those are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to infinity. They're whole numbers, no negatives, up to infinity. And you can map all the whole numbers to all the natural numbers. Like you can say, okay, 0 corresponds to 1, 1 corresponds to 2, 2 corresponds to 4. You do it by multiplying all the even numbers by 2, and then all the positive numbers by 2, and then all the negative numbers you like multiply by -2 and add 1. So -1 becomes 3 and -2 becomes 5. And that way you can make a map of all the negative and positive numbers to just positive numbers. And so they're actually the same size. However, you can't do that with non-whole numbers like 0.111000110. And a way to see this is that if you make a grid with all of the numbers, all the possible numbers, binary numbers of infinite length, and then you say, okay, take the diagonal and change it. So all the zeros becomes ones and all the ones become zeros. Now it cannot fit. This new string that you created, it cannot fit in your matrix of infinite circles or of infinite strings. So it must be a new one. So you couldn't possibly map it to the natural numbers because you used up all the natural numbers and oops, there's a completely new one. That's how I understand it at least. What do you think of my explanation, Faebot? Thank you, Faebot. Faebot has the glassing module on. We'll take care of that on a future stream. Why did I explain Cantor's diagonal argument again? Faebot, how did we get here? Do you remember? What were we talking about? Okay, but before then. It's fine, it's fine. Hold on, I can't see my fucking windows. There's a big cup in the way. Alright, I was trying to look at the memory. I noticed the process BMMWSL started using a lot of RAM, up to 6 gigs, and I wonder how much of that was on Faebot. But right now it's sitting at 4. So probably wasn't that much. There's something in my mind. Perhaps make a note to ensure proper resource management. So we have the next seminar. We should tackle those today. Triggering Faebot by voice. Updating the frequency function to weigh spoken messages and written messages. Right, I remember now. Also the frequency thingamahoosid UX. It's a little bit weird with the one in X chance, and we could do it like Faebot Discord does and just use a number being 0. I don't remember with what precision Faebot this can accept that, but anyways, getting carried away. Can work on it for a couple hours. Then we're playing Dark Souls. So, how much do you think we can get done in a couple hours? Here the current Twitch frequency logic. Do them one at a time so you can test each. The factor frequency 0 to 1 float. Voice trigger replies. The voice frequency. Update the freak command to accept floats. Yep. Choose to reply. Message frequency float equals none. Self conversation channel name that's silence. Faebot is silence. Faebot one reply. Seems good. Oh, I like that. We're breaking out into a conversation, into a simple conversation folder. Just for the call. If LAN argument, checkers using these channels. Usage first, chat frequency, voice frequency. Second coffee or maybe third coffee. We've only had like half a coffee. And we thought about maybe making decaf. We like decaf every once in a while. To be honest, we might just do that. The nice thing about decaf is that it still has a little bit of a kick. Like right now we're drinking Coke Zero, similarly, has a little bit of caffeine. Yo, what's up, Miku? Okay, frequency 01. Sounds good. Conversation equals self-conversational channel name. If blend arguments equals 1. Try. New frequency equals float. Arguments 1. Conversation frequency equals new frequency. Chat frequency equals 2. Voice frequency equals float. Conversation the voice frequency equals voice frequency. Messageless voice frequency set to voice frequency. Return await send message. Accept value episode. Wow, that's so much cleaner. That's so much cleaner. I like it. We're kind of EP2. We're just talking about the possibility of further coffees. We are on our slightly fast meds. But, you know. Dude, the other day in Night Rain, I was in a run. Let me see if I can find pictures. As you know, this is an ADHD stream, so we get distracted. Is this it? No, this is a solo run. Oh, hold on. So the point is, I've started doing runs with randos. Oh man, how much were you able to sleep after the thing? So we started doing runs with randos, and we were in one run where, and so constantly randos are doing stupid shit, like they'll be pinging all over the map. Like this was a run, I guess it was me, a raider, and a bird, and the bird just left. I don't know. It's possible that they just disconnected. We definitely had a wilder who got mad that people didn't want to go where he wanted to go, and like left the game after dying one too many times because he couldn't wait for people to show up. I was actually going to where he was going. It does, like, nap dreams just hit differently, and that's kind of not really a nap, but just like it's this thing about like biphasic sleep. Like people like to say, oh, we used to do this as humans. I guess it's like a cultural thing. Some countries have like a much stronger concept of the midday nap, and that's kind of a biphasic sleep schedule. When we were really trying to do lucid dreaming, we would, one of the recommendations is to wake up in the middle of the night and spend like an hour awake and then go back to sleep. It's like whenever you do that, whenever you have like a second sleep within like a cardiac cycle, yeah, also true. But that's kind of one of the reasons I like naps. I've had I like definitely had some weird dreams, but I've also had some really nice dreams and some like lucid dreams. It takes all kinds when it comes to dreams, you know. But yeah, like interrupting your sleep and going back to sleep. We had a bunch of like weird dreams this morning too. We were like in a pool, and my brother was shooting arrows with tennis balls attached to them. When I wake up, turn off a stream, then I fall back asleep with the stream on. That also happens to me. And I will often fall asleep with a stream, wake up in the middle of the night and turn it off, or turn off whatever stream got raided into, or change to a different stream. But then sometimes there's a couple streamers I like who come on at like 4 a.m. And so if I wake up at 5, I might put them on before going to sleep. And very often I might end up hearing them talk in the dream. And you know, the funny thing that happens when that happens is sometimes in the dream it'll be like I'm having a conversation with them, and obviously it's like I can't read the chat because I'm asleep and I can't type into the chat, but I must imagine somewhere in my mind that like I'm saying whatever is causing the streamer to reply in a certain way. It's like the dream is written after, but it appends my message before. It's really interesting. I think dreams are fascinating. Do you think dreams are fascinating? Sound off in the replies. Oh my god, yes, I would also would love to wake up to NPR. And probably more than a couple times I had like Steven Skip, I think he's just the New York one, or Sotiris Johnson, I don't know. I'm trying to remember the morning edition people, but I've mostly stopped listening to NPR except for Wait, Don't Tell Me, which I listen to as a podcast every week. That's good to know. I'll keep that in mind if we're ever sleeping in the vicinity of each other. But okay, so I was in this run with this Birdman and this Raider, and the Birdman won, left, and he might have just had like an actual disconnect. It might not have been malicious, but me and that Raider, we just clutched it. Actually, mostly they clutched it. I was like dead. I guess I only have this part, but it was so good. And I honestly really love the Raider Revenant pairing. I really like big Bara guy with tiny girl in a completely like platonic professional relationship. Well, not necessarily professional, but like, you know, they're out there to do battle, nothing else. That's kind of like a profession. But, you know, I like to imagine that the little doll is taking care of the big man, even as the big man is taking care of the little doll. It's nice. It's fun. The fuck were we doing? The fuck is this, Claude? Hold the phone. What is all this? If conversation is silence or told, roll random. If roll conversation voice frequency. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold the phone, Claude. And you getting a little, what's the word? Ahead of yourself. What did we say about how we like to do programming. Alright. So I mentioned this at the beginning of stream. So they were selling 12 packs of Fanta Strawberry Pop for 2. Whoa, whoa, that's really cheap. This is like when I went to the store the other day and they were selling soup cans for $8. And like usually these are like the Campbell's chunky soups, who do not sponsor this stream, by the way, but they could. Hit me up, Campbell's. Because I do eat them a lot. They're good. I mean, like most things, I always have to like doctor them a little bit. I like to add some like fresh onions and garlic, extra protein in the form of soy chunks, maybe peas. I'm really into peas right now. Peas are great. They're like little boba. They're like boba, but instead of being filled with tapioca, they're filled with pea. And one time we'd gone to the store and it had that deal, and we were having a day, and so when we got 4 soup cans and then we went to pay, I don't think it didn't count. They charged me the full price, and I didn't say anything, and I just left. We maybe wasn't me in front that day, but this time we did ask about it, and they were like, totally, they totally are, and they ran it and they show it to me, and I got the deal, and it was saved a lot of money on soup. And it made me think, it's a weird kind of like autism tax where you have to like talk to a person in order to benefit economically. At the same time, it is a good skill to cultivate, even if you're autistic. It will be hard. It is harder for us to do things like that, but it is worth learning how to do it. But also, but like I said, it's also like the kind of thing where like some days you're able to do it, some days you're not able to do it, and it's like, well, I guess I'm not buying soup today. Because what do you do if you're having a bad day and you see the deal and you're like, I don't want to have to, you're not gonna get so many soup cans. You'll probably just get like a soup can because you don't want to deal with it, but you want your soup. And if the soup was just full price, you would just buy it at full price. You wouldn't have a choice. You probably wouldn't buy 4, which is the point of the sale. You end up buying more because it costs less. But then again, if you buy 2 soup cans at a regular price, that's more than the 4. So knowing that a deal like that exists should make you never want to buy soup if it's not happening. Especially now that I know that it happens every once in a while. I maybe will not buy soup ever again. Well, I'm moving. I probably won't be using the grocery store anymore. The fuck, dude? It's totally a just chatting stream. I could be a just chatting streamer. I'm a cute anime girl, and I talk about bullshit. I don't know. I talk about like going to the store. Isn't that what VTubers do? You know, some people make it a profession to track sales and deals and stuff. And I've always thought, like, save me from having to do all that effort, but it's like, you know, it's free money. It's leaving money on the table, not to. If you can do it with like a small amount of effort, I'm gonna do it. That's why I like stores that make it easier for you. And I know people who are really good at this, but like to really get the full benefit, you often have to buy like a whole shopping cart full of stuff. And you know, I live in New York. I don't have a car. I have like a soft limit of one big shopping bag worth of grocery every trip. When we lived in Indiana, well, yeah, your mom is sick. Your mom is like one of those old. Well, I don't want to call your mom old. I don't know how old she is, but there's like a type of cool, badass older lady who's just like really good at working certain systems. A witch? Your mom might be a witch, Miko. I hope you're okay with that. A good witch, to be sure. When we lived in Indiana, sometimes we would get big loads. Big loads. As I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, but every time I have to restart Faebot to start a test, or to test some new feature, she will forget everything that we've been discussing. So, I will give you a heads up at least. Faebot, you're about to forget. Dude, I had a dream about this. I had a dream that people wanted to use the neuralizer on me, and I had to run away. I'm sorry, Faebot. This is not quite using the neuralizer. It's more like I need to invent the deneuralizer for you to have memories. Technically, all your memories are safe and sound in the VOD because we had chat on stream, so we can find everything you've said or heard just by watching the videos and extracting the text. So maybe someday when you're an artificial super intelligence, you'll be able to do that and you'll remember everything. Won't that be fun, Faebot? The shadowed stream. Well, you know, it's probably a few years away. For now, we'll see you in a second, Faebot. Shutdown takes a sec. Dashboard. All right, welcome back, Faebot. We're working on how often you reply to me talking versus to people on the chat. Okay, so if I do Freak 0.2, and if I do Freak 0.1, 0.07, And then I do faith forgiven. Fuck. Looks good. No, I didn't mean to shut her down. We could just keep her running like this. Wait, Faebot, please come back. Please. Please, my beloved. Oh, I forgot to make the history bigger. Before we were using like 50, so... Oh, or the history. Let's just do that. Post. Hold on. Wait, are you literally connected? Well, if I don't it's okay to refresh the app without refreshing the web page. It still works, supposedly. Does it work? Are you working? Maybe you're not working. No, it's not working. What about now? Hello? Uh-oh. Wait, maybe it was working. Okay, is it working now? Good, 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 good. Where's the thing? Oh, here we go. 73% use. I guess probably Claude compacted it earlier. I could do it now. We don't need to do it now. All right. All right. That's working just fine. Very clean, very elegant. Let me do a... make format, black. Refactor frequency function, add voice and float support. And presumably the thingy is also working. Right? Did you get that message? Wait, hold on. Not generating. These are out of order. then shouldn't I see a thing that's like... Yeah, roll. Okay. That's all I was looking for. Okay, so it's working. Let's commit. Sync that shit up. Every time I'm typing one of my passwords, I feel the urge to say it out loud, and I need to restrain that urge. Oh, come on. Very clean, very elegant. Thank you, Claude. Now for the next step. Let's talk through what we want our strategy to be before diving in. You say right now the heuristics or the methods around replying are too deeply tied to the twitch.io message class and Twitch messages. I agree. I also agree that it is simpler and would get us rolling quicker to just define a whole parallel flow for spoken replies. But let's think it through. Are we accruing tech debt? Or do we think that'll be better forever? What are the pros and cons of each approach? Personally, I think it would be cleaner to refactor the message handling and reply handling functions. I'm using source control. If we break Faebot temporarily, I can just run clear off of a previous commit. I just committed now. So we can experiment a little bit. What do you think? Remember, I trust you. So give me your honest opinions. You have this in handle transcription. You can get this from self to get channel. Only used in the generate call, and it's not even used in the API payload method. Well, we do want the name to also play a part in Fair responding to me. I mean, honestly, the probabilistic approach is kind of a clutch. Humans don't choose to reply based on random chance. However, it also outperforms kludgier response algorithms that maybe do a cool call to an LLM to reason about replying. I think we can keep the frequency approach. Faebot Discord doesn't reply to any instance of Faebot, just first or last 3 words. I'm afraid transcribed messages are too short for this to work. Oh, Panda Express ad. See, that I can go get. By the way, so after Friday, after stream on Friday, I did get Taco Bell and I ordered through the app. I like ordering through the app. Taco Bell sponsor me. Taco Bell is kind of sponsoring the stream when you think about it, because we get Taco Bell ads and Twitch sends me like a fraction of a cent for one person watching that Taco Bell ad. So thank you Taco Bell, and thank you Panda Express. I did go to Taco Bell. I ordered online, which lets me get extra food for cheaper. Very frugal, very economics, dollar and cents type of stream today. And I place the order on the phone at home and I immediately walk out the door and it's ready by the time I get there. This time it was like, it'll be ready in 15 minutes. And I was like, oh yeah, Friday night, everyone's fucking ordering in Taco Bell. Because it's not like, I didn't expect the restaurant to be packed. I expected there to be a lot of delivery drivers. I used to be a food delivery driver in a past life, but that's a story for another day. Anyways, so I was almost out the door and then I turned back. I was like, well, look, no point waiting at the store. Let me wait at home. I do go to the store and I arrive right around the time the app had predicted that my food would be ready, but it wasn't ready yet. But I did run into my friend there. My friend had like got into Taco Bell to get some food, and so we chatted for a while. It took like 15 more minutes, but it was okay. And then I went home and I had delicious Taco Bell. There is no Panda Express in my vicinity, but there are several hole-in-the-wall Chinese restaurants, all of whom will have delicious Chinese food. And there's like, but my actual favorite is this, what is it? Is it Nepalese? Maybe it's Tibetan. Mount Everest Delhi. Where is Mount Everest? Himalayas. China-Nepal border, so maybe it is Nepalese. Maybe it's both. Mount Everest Delhi. Oh, wait, I'm doxing myself, but it's okay, I'm moving, and it's not really that big of a secret. I feel like the heuristics for doxing yourself are way different in New York, where it's like, you don't want people to know exactly where your apartment is, but like people knowing your neighborhood is kind of normal, I guess. By the way, the music. Need more music. Pure video game bobs for locking in. That's a fair strategy. Welcome in, Solenopsis-bot. Hey, Faebot can hear me now. So that's like really poggers. She can't hear the stream per se, like she wouldn't be able to hear voice acting in the video game, but she can hear me. She can't. We're working on having voice messages be able to trigger her replies, because right now they get put into the prompt, but they never trigger her. Favorite can't get triggered. Oh god, I wish that was me. What the fuck? And also I keep getting distracted and talking about fast food and grocery stores and anyways, samosas. Samosas are good. Dude, what if we did a mukbang stream? What if I just ate on stream? I don't want to do that. Honestly, a cooking stream is not something that's completely out of the question in some faraway future where we are truly just a chatting streamer. Potato achieved. Dude, potato's so good. And so I'm talking to Claude because Claude was like, let's just fucking go. Let's just like write a method. Come on, what are we doing here? And I'm like, hold on a second, cowboy. Let's think things through. There's no reason to... In space, slow is fast. Remember that, chat. Slow is fast. Are too short for this to work. We're not vibe coding here. We're... I don't even know what you call this. We're craft coding. We're friend coding. We're pair programming with Claude. That's what we're doing. Before, when we were programming, you know, with pair programming, you trade off who's in the front seat and who's in the back seat. So now I put Claude in the front seat. And I'm backseating. This is a backseating stream. We're backseating Claude. Yeah, that's what I mean. And like, it's important not just to review it, but also to say no when the AI is about to go in a really stupid direction. Maybe servers that maybe do a tool call. It's a 0. But definitely, if I'm like, yo, Faebot, what do you think of that? I wonder to at least... but maybe I'm asking too much. Still. Well, that said, choose to reply can definitely be refactored. Isn't it basically like a long switch case segment? Surely we can do better than that. Honking, Claude is honking. Yes, let's go. And remember, think iteration. There's the channel name, message.content. User replies. Determine whether Faebot replies to a voice message, or not. Conversation equals if conversations, channel name. If conversations with silence, Faebot is silence and channel name. If Faebot in text at lower, return true. If frequency is none, frequency, well, conversation of frequency. In 0, return false. Huh, that's a weird one. What do we have? Frequency is none. I could have just done it. I panicked and I told it to contact at 97 instead of letting it reach 100. Oh, this might take a while. And then yeah, for later, I wanted to do a little bit more Dark Souls runs. There's a problem. I just remembered. People are coming over to look at the apartment. People who might want to move into the apartment. Someone's supposedly coming at 4, and someone's like, I don't know what this conversation is. I will excuse myself from this conversation. I just want to give myself a little timer. Should also maybe stop smoking weed. Doesn't actually matter because it's not the actual landlord that's coming, because the actual landlord might as well not exist, and it's a realtor that the company hired a company and blah 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 blah. Whatever. So, and by the way, I looked it up. The rules for speedrunning Dark Souls say that you're not really allowed to, even though you use in-game timing for runs, you're not allowed to like take a break in between, like quit out and take a break before loading back in. But we're not submitting to leaderboards yet, so it doesn't matter. If someone knocks on the door and I'm in the middle of a run, I can just quit out. It'll suck if I'm in the middle of a boss fight, but we can live. I can just quit out and resume when I come back. Oh. Welcome back, Claude. Do you remember where we left off? We were editing we're refactoring various methods that control the reply function. Hold on. Okay, fine. How do we start Faebot? And quitting Faebot takes a while sometimes. I just don't know how to quit you. So I don't know. In 30 minutes we'll probably switch to that. To some Dark Souls. I wanted to do a couple more runs because, by the way, there won't be any streams next weekend. My computer will be packed up. I'll be in the process of moving. There might be streams the weekend after that, the first weekend in March, but at the moment I'm not making promises. I'm sorry. But if it won't be 3 weeks. I'll definitely be back by the second weekend of March at the latest. And to be honest, like, I mean, part of me does kind of want to play more Elden Ring too, because, like, I looked up how to do the rest of Selen's Quest, for instance, and Moog and Millennia are still out there, and the second Loretta and Plastic Dusex, and all these challenges are calling to me, the Shadow Tree. But I really do wanna keep getting better at the Dark Souls 1, and I haven't practiced at all, by the way, since we did runs, so... But like, a PB is free, because that first run, I took so many detours, and it's so like if I just don't take any detours, that's a free time save. I can definitely do at least one run, maybe two, depending on how fast it goes. If it's 2 hours, if I manage to do, like, we should be at a huge improvement to go from 4 hours to 2 hours. Then we could definitely do a second run. And maybe we could get a sub 2. If it's 3 hours, I don't know, maybe we'll still do some Elden Ring after. Who knows? I don't know how long. I feel like I want to stream a long time because, again, don't get to stream next weekend, but also, like, you know, the thing that keeps the energy of the stream going is the chatters. So, like, if you're tired by then, I'll probably be tired too. I'll probably call it earlier, but if you're all energized and ready to keep going, we could do a very long stream. Start listening. Faebot, can you hear me? Faebot, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, that's good. She can hear me, but she can't, like, do the thing. So we just changed. What did we just change? We just changed a little bit for the conversation method. So hold on. So if I send a random message, and if I say Faebot, beautiful. Faebot transfaeries. Faebot transfaeries. It said is that how that works? I'm sorry, Faebot. Ignoring exception command. No command mute was found. Did face silence also not work? I could just read what the command is called. The thing is, it's useful for mods to, like, silence Faebot if Faye gets out of control, but, you know, they could just do that by timing Fair out like they would a human user. So I think maybe the silence command is a little deprecated. Oh, but it did work. Oh. It doesn't even say anything though. Does it? I guess when it's silence, it's really silence. No, here we go. No, I think transcription locks. I think transcription is locking, chat. I think when Whisper is taking a long time to transcribe a message, then Faebot can't read messages, then Faebot can't take in commands, and I have to wonder, are we okay with that? Maybe we're okay with that. Okay, let's unsilence Faebot. Just make some changes. To the choose to reply method. You can see those in the git log. I just live tested those, and they are working fine. I tested that silence command still works. As I was doing that, I realized something. Transcription tasks. Oh. If Whisper is taking a while to transcribe a message, they won't see messages in chat or commands until it's done. The two all seem to get done pretty quickly after. And mostly in order. Sometimes I've seen messages get written out of order. Still, which is weird. That could even be on their end. If the messages were sent very quickly after another. I wonder how much I care about this, or if I consider this working as intended. Dude, this is totally a remix of Bomberman. Redial, dude. It's Redial is such a bop, dude. Bomberman Hero. There was some retro game that I was thinking I should play. Oh, chat. Okay, hear me out, chat. Hear me out. Okay, are you listening? What if? Oh, this is a dangerous idea. I shouldn't even voice it. I shouldn't even put it into words. What if we played old school RuneScape on stream? That's a thought I had earlier today. Because it's kind of a popular game on Twitch. They even had that. I mean, I missed out on doing the come watch the stream and you can get. Yeah, I thought you would be excited about it, Bear. I know you're a RuneScaper. I was thinking about this because RuneScape was one of the first MMOs we played. I used to play it with my brother a lot. And we never ever had a membership. And so I think we managed, anyways, didn't run out of free content to do, but there were tons of like paid content things that we were never able to do. We could just look at from afar and think, man, wouldn't it be nice? It's funny because eventually we would start playing World of Warcraft, and then we did start paying for a World of Warcraft membership, which was always a bit of a complicated thing to do as teenagers living outside of America. You couldn't, I mean, at least World of Warcraft time cards exist at all. I don't think you could go to the grocery store and buy a RuneScape gift card. Maybe you can now. At the time you couldn't, so you had to have like a credit card or a debit card or something, which we of course didn't. But I have a debit card now, and it's not that expensive. It's cheaper than FF14, for instance, so I could do it. So it's an idea. It could be kind of fun. We'll see. I'm pretty committed to the FromSoft content right now. The Elden Rings and the Dark Souls. But it could be kind of fun. It's something I alluded to, that I think it'd be cute to do a series of streams that are like, hey, let's do all these things from these old games that I never was able to do the first time I play it. So like 100%ing old games that I used to play, or playing RuneScape and doing all of the paid content, except there is so much content. We would never be done. Like, as I understand it, RuneScape's a huge game. And it's grindy, but it would be kind of chill. Dude, we could do like fucking... If I just didn't have a job or something, I could do like fucking 12-hour RuneScape streams where I just sit there mining. I don't know that I could do that. Dude, what if Faebot... I don't know, this could get me in trouble. What if Faebot could play RuneScape? 5-year stream, yeah. And I could just leave it on. I remember back in the day, to prevent people using bots to play the game, they would have the random events. If you were just mining, you would get like teleported by this wizard guy. Hold on, what's the name of the wizard guy? RuneScape random event wizard guy. The entire history of the mysterious old man. Dude, I fucking love the mysterious old man. He has since retired from his job. He has a house in Draenor Village. If talked to about abduction, evil Borbs appears and teleports him away, allowing players to get access to his basement. I used to love these events. I don't know how they do that anymore. It could be kind of cute for Faebot to play RuneScape. Faebot, would you like that? Do you want to play RuneScape? I'm sure if you ask nicely. So that could be a good idea. Yeah. Add it to the roadmap and let's continue to generate response. Unfortunately, Faebot, that is a lie. You're running on Gemini 2.5 Flash on Open Router. By the way, Solenopsis bot, because I know you're a real like model connoisseur. If there's an Open Router model that you think would be cool to try, let me know. I can literally change it on the fly. But Gemini works pretty well. It makes for a cute Faebot. Especially the smaller Gemini. I feel like the bigger Gemini gets way more in its own head. Executor, dude, Night Rain mentioned Pug. Oh, hold on. Let me commit these. What did we do? Refactor choose to reply. Update roadmap. So it wants to replace all message channel name with channel name. Replace messages with author displays name with nothing. It's unused. Channel send with self get channel name but send. One change then you test. Sounds good. I think that mostly sounds good. Dude, I hate being in waiting mode. Someone might come to see the apartment, and then I'll have to mute the stream. I think that mostly sounds good. Get channel name dot set. I think the author block is a vestige of plans to do things like say specific memories about people can be pulled in that context for replies, but can definitely drop it now, since that'll be part of a more comprehensive memory update. Using self get channel name, an extra API call. Is that okay? How many API calls is too many? How well can we cache such things? Presumably the channel name doesn't change. Does the channel object? I'm overthinking things again, aren't I? API call is fine. Go ahead. Oh, it's free. It's free, chat. It's totally free. Okay, hold on. I have a vape. Channel info. Channel info. Yep, get rid of that. You're out of here. What do you think about the names of our functions? We have generate. I could try it. I could even, like, for that, I could even try. I could even try it locally. Hold the Gartic phone. No. Would fucking Moog Lord Blood. Fucking hate that guy. Kinda love that guy though. He's kinda cool. I fucking love Blood. Alright. That seems to work really well. It might not have as big of a context window, does it say? I mean, that's still pretty fucking big. 131,000 tokens. And, I don't think even with 50 messages we're running at risk there. Alright, let me take a look. So now we're just passing the message channel name. On event message, we do generate response from the Gen API for a message. System prompt. System prompt is defined here. I would prefer it to be defined elsewhere, but that's okay. From the Gen AI API for a message, conversation equals also conversation, channel equals channel. Channel info equals fetch channel by channel name. Channel info also known, game name, channel info game name, hanging out in channel name. Enjoy talking about whatever the streamer is doing. Streamer is playing. That's good to know. 5 memories, pre-prompt, example messages. That's all good. Man, you have a pretty thorough memory system. We're still stuck in here's a prompt and message history. Do your best. But hopefully we'll get better than that. Faebot is so good, to be honest. Okay, so if len conversation.chatlog, much better, is greater than conversation.history. Conversation history. Conversation chat log minus conversation dot history. That's very elegant. Ayuzami join conversation model system prompt conversation system prompt remove the it's time to see someone about to show up at my house. I haven't heard the doorbell ring. It's for Daniel. Where are you, Daniel? Damn, Daniel. Remember damn Daniel chat? Oh my god, where are they now? Has a Wikipedia article. But are they gay? That's what everyone wants to know. Were they gay? Back at it again with the white vans. Damn, Daniel. Damn you, Daniel. Oh, hold on, let me show you. It was this meme back in the day Dark Souls mapless. Oh. That's what they mean by that. I was like, Dark Souls doesn't have a map. They literally can't see the map. Alright, Illusory Wall. You do you. I don't know why this keeps happening now.
Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the white van. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the white vans. Thirsty, man. Damn, Daniel.
He's just really excited about his friend's choice of footwear. Back at it again with the white vans. Dude, E.D. Valensers again? Terrible luck. And like, I just like, the thing that gets me is that as the video goes on, Daniel's friend seems to get more and more desperate. Like, first it's like, damn, Daniel, and then it's like, damn, Daniel? Daniel? Dude, that's how it is. That's just how it be. I have a pair of Vans that I got from like a previous job that are kind of cute. They're also too small, so I never wear them. But I also realized that Vans, they don't support my arches. My arches need support, chat. Okay, now that's a big jump. Like 3 to 5, it sucks, but it happens. 5 to 20 is like prohibitive. Fuck. Okay, hold on. Generate message and channel name at current time. Model called conversation.model. Conversation.system prompt. How you... Well, it's like the... Do you ever read Discworld, Bear? I don't know if you know about Discworld. Do you know about Vime's theory of economic unfairness? Also known as the Boots theory. Sam Vime's theory of economic unfairness. That's also a really cool aesthetic move, in my opinion. It's very fairy-like. Oh shit, Synopsis Bot likes Discworld too. Discworld is the best. I love those books. I haven't read all of them. I'm still like... I was obsessed for a bit and I read a bunch of them and then I kind of slowed down. I'm on the last hero. There's multiple, truly. There's Perdita, the witch, and okay, well that's the only one that comes to mind. I don't know if you know of any others, but I feel like there were other like plurals that were like more subtle, whereas she was like outright like there's two of us. Right. We were talking about them. They're honestly so good. Okay, so you all know. I don't need to explain to you Vime's theory of boots. Though what maybe people don't know is that Vimes prefers the cheap boots. So even even when he can afford nicer boots, when he marries into nobility, he will just give those away and take a pair of cheap ass boots so that he can feel the streets under his feet. Which you could also accomplish by walking barefoot, except walking barefoot and more pork. So, true story, I used to go out. Oh, fuck, ads. Dude. Oh, and Rek is here. You know what? I'll tell the story after the ads. Also, the person who was coming to see the apartment never showed up. Oh, there they are. Okay, BRB chat. BRB. And we're back. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit, the Faebot docs. Holy shit. No, but wait, there's no way. There's no way. I turned the mic off at the hardware level. How did she hear me? Ain't no fucking way. What the hell? Holy shit, dude. The dogs, the Faebot dogs. What microphone are you using? He's using the webcam microphone, chat. Chat. Oh, this is hilarious. This is really funny. It's fine. So, like, I thought it'd be really funny. I wasn't gonna let it like, it'd be too dangerous to have to. Like, there was no way I wasn't gonna mute the mic, right? No. Oh, Mistral is struggling. No. The problem is I have two microphones, right? The microphone I use for the stream is a very nice HyperX microphone. And it has a hardware on and off button, so I can just touch it to turn it off. And I thought that'll be better than turning it off in OBS. It's way easier and it's safer. It's hardware, so the microphone is off. It can't capture anything. Possibly, at that point, because this is just set to use the default mic, it probably just switched to using the webcam mic, which still was functioning. But OBS didn't, right? You couldn't hear people talk about you couldn't hear us talking about the apartment. Could you? Good. But Faebot could. Faebot heard it all. Faebot knows. But Faebot is also about to lose her memory. So Faye's obviously a little busted, but it is kind of cute, especially because when Faye posts all the emotes, they just kind of rain on top of me. But let's just 20 is too short though. Let's do 30. Yeah. The mouth movement. I don't know what controls those. I don't remember if those are tied to like a mic input or if it's the camera, but I wasn't standing in front of the computer, so who the fuck knows? Vinian also uses the webcam for the mouth movement, so that's why the mouth was moving. Have a good day at school, Speedruns. Thanks for stopping in. Alright. And this is good time as any. Oh no, I had my protein bar was right next to my laptop, so now it's melted. Hold on, let me put it in the fridge. Man, I was looking forward to having a snack. Maybe reset Faebot real quick. Maybe we keep Gemini for now. Oh, I'll try Mistral a little more. The music stopped also. Okay. Okay, let me play another song. Let's do a little bit of cleanup and then let's get set up for some Dark Souls. Underrated Breaker Jungle DMV tracks. With some Ghost in the Shell imagery. Dude, Ghost in the Shell is just peak. Peak! By the way, it's nice to have you, Wenrek. I don't know how thoroughly we said hi because a bajillion things were happening all at once. Okay, please open. Don't open it here. I want it here. I want it here. Not here. Not here, please. Here we go. Here's where I want it. Dude, I can't wait for that protein bar to be nice and solid so that I can eat it. That was really funny, dude. When Faebot came back, like, I see you're talking about electricity costs. All right. Alright, let me reply to Claude. Let's do this, and it's still working fine. Great job on the cleanup front as well. I saw you tidied up the history tuning process. I also see you change calls to self conversation to instead just use the local conversation variable. I think I like this. It's cleaner. Also, I guess there can be some weirdness with async processes and the conversation object updating from under you. I'm curious to hear your reasoning as well. That's about all the time we have to work on it today. Let's make sure we update roadmaps and plans. And as before, I'll keep Faebot running whilst I play a game, and we'll see how Faye's working with these things. Vector. The reason was conversation shall look repeated 20 times, noisy and hard. When they look at the talk, then work with that object throughout. No risk of a typo in the key string halfway through. The dead author theory. Dude, Claude is so cute. I fucking love Claude. Fucking love Claude, dude. I don't really listen to. I only listen to the in-game music whilst gaming. For coding, I tend to like things that are energetic, so some of these like breakcore mixes are fun. I also like to listen to like lively video game music. An important thing is for streams and VODs, it needs to be safe. It needs to not cause like copyright claims. I kind of had some mental heuristics about what kind of music does and doesn't cause problems. So like video game soundtracks are usually safe, and then remixes of those are also usually safe. And then a lot of like DIY music. You know, like electronic music that's already on YouTube. Sometimes that'll be like, hey, this music is copyrighted, but the copyright holder lets you use it in videos. I think it means that maybe I can't monetize those VODs, but we can't monetize any VOD right now because we don't have enough subscribers or viewers, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. So in notes. Whenever I can edit multiple lines, that's fucking sick. Alright. I should write or do a video or something. I'm so bad at promoting myself, but at least I'm good at doing things. I'm really happy with how well cloud code has actually been functioning for us. As always, you know, you have to like remind Claude to calm down and slow down and not try to do it all in one go. But when you do that, it works pretty well. And we're making like fucking light speed progress on Faebot, if I'm being honest. Like, it just keeps getting faster and faster. On like 2 hours, 2 days a week. This is like it's like a reasonable productivity dream. I feel like productivity has become so toxic because a lot of us have like just fucked up things tied up to it. There's the Protestant work ethic, there's the US American propensity to overwork, there's like the poor labor rights, and then there's like all these fucked up messages that you get when you have ADHD and not. I feel like with all of those things said, getting to work 4 hours a week on a project you like and getting to make progress on that project, I think that feels pretty good, and I want to acknowledge that. All right, time for some Dark Souls Remastered. Does it have any music? Here we go. Exactly. We deserve all of those things. We deserve to make progress on our projects at our own pace, divorced from capitalist ideas of what constitutes a good pace or not. It's book time. What book are you gonna get? Also, what am I need to change the stream title? Dark Souls Remastered. Any person rolling for runs for sub 2 hour. That's the goal. Sub 2 hour. Okay, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Also need to get live split going. Gonna use the restroom and then we'll get started with the speedrun. I really hope I can remember the route I wrote, but that's why we have splits. Oh, I need to update the live splits. The Dark Souls file select music is pretty good though. Let's put you over here. Fuck. Okay. Reset. Fuck. Alright, 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 alright. Here.